is Warriors Anonymous.
So anyway, Jared Sutton says, I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. And you've still got the ball, so I'm going to penalise your ass. That's exactly what happened on Saturday night. Welcome along to Warriors Anonymous. This is Wild content brought to you by a bunch of nobodies. G-Man, Ice, and Buddha lining up for this one. Monira, he's still suspended on account of being a dirty, dirty Queensland supporter. So we will not miss his rhetoric on this episode, boys. Welcome along. Thanks for jumping on, boys. Let's start with the hard or no. Should the Warriors... Hang on. Before I even get into that. Given Go Media Stadium with its chubby rain, its piss poor lighting, and now with scoreboard shot clock gate, should the Warriors just up and move their franchise to Christchurch to play under the dome? Isaac, I don't know. Yours, please.
Nah, maybe they should just build a dome at Mount Smart.
That's right.
Because can you imagine how many pissed off Warriors fans there'd be if they moved to Christchurch? It would be a mutiny.
Could be it'd be the expansion team, but then they have to expand back into Auckland. But Buddha, give me your thoughts. Hard or not, bro? Should they just move? Go play in that flash new stadium?
Hard, move their ass. Like, the condition, it wasn't raining. It was beautiful, beautiful, crisp conditions, cold, dewy. It looked like wet weather football. And like we've been here. And the other part too is that I was flicking between, watched the semi-final on the other code that was happening. That was happening at the stadium in Wellington. And I was like, just watch the difference in brightness. You go from that to then the shadows with like, lines of people because everyone's standing in your own shadow. It's like, this is not the one. So maybe the option is move them to Christchurch temporarily and force the ultimatum to Auckland City and the government to put a roof on something.
Well, here's hoping that they get embarrassed enough, looking at the game coming up this week, which is going to be played, under the roof. Isaac wasn't here last week, so you got to miss out on the Nada Dome idea that I had for
what? We can look back on this, right? What do
we can.
Yeah. But I was just thinking as well, like the Wild sell enough merchandise, they got pop-up stores going left, right, and centre. They can pay for a dome, surely. Okay.
That's it. Yeah, they could make a dome out of Warriors merchandise.
Yeah, exactly. They're pumping out enough.
They could bloody make it out of fucking $20 notes, just over the top. Anyways.
Yeah, just make it out of last year's jerseys because they make 5 or 6 jerseys every week. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you could send if you ask for an amnesty of bringing in jerseys, you could clothe a small African country full of Warriors gears? Just got everyone to, donate their gears.
You could claim Eritrea or something like that. That'd be fucking awesome.
You get a whole new set of fans
Cabo
right there.
Cabo Verde. Oh, what a time to be alive. Boys, shot clock gate. Let's get into it. Who's to blame? Well, what's your thoughts? But we'll start with you, bro.
NRL 360. Fuck them.
That's a new one.
I just read something that they were like, it's the Warriors' fault. I don't know. It's ultimately the referee, because he said you have 5 seconds, and then the sound went off, and then went boop. No, I don't control it, mate. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to the Bill Harrigans of the day, where they had a feel for the game, and they were solely responsible for the game. I know there was confusion around the venue and NRL do the timing, and it's up to them and it's not up to the referee. But I've seen other situations, especially for scrums. We had a scrum penalty as well because we didn't pack in time. But I've seen heaps of times when other teams are fucked around and they're just going to go, yep, sweet, get it in there. The shot clock's gone and they just play on. So, I think Sutton's to blame.
It's been it's an interesting one, Isaac, because Webby went ballistic about it by his standards, at least in the presser afterwards, which was I was a little bit surprised that he sort of got that into it. And I've read a lot of comments. A lot of people have blamed the scoreboard people, whoever's running that shit show. There's also been a certain blame placed on the Warriors for waiting the timeout and just kicking it. But what I have seen as well is that it's almost as though Jared Sutton, the referee, is getting almost a free pass in this, because he was the one who said 5 seconds, and then didn't use any common sense beyond that point, saying he's not responsible for A, what's going on with the scoreboard, or B, the words that come out of his own mouth. What's your take on this whole saga?
There's just no accountability, and refs can get away with it, right? They can just go, yeah, you got 5 seconds, 2 seconds gone, boom, oh, nah. Not my fault, Well, it is your fault. You said 5 seconds, so what's the repercussions, on that sort of ineptitude for the ref? Like, if you fucking don't know, don't say anything,
Yeah.
Or if you say it was 5 seconds and the hooter goes off, be a man of your word. Like, Buddha was saying about Bill Harrigan, he'd be like, all right, I'm going to cop this on the chin. No, you got the 5 seconds because I told you you've got 5 seconds. Like, fuck the hooter. He's the ref. Like, he is managing how that game is being played out, right? Or, the flow of the game. He's got so much sway. And what's Chanel meant to do? Like, when he goes, nah, it's a penalty. Like, Chanel would have taken him at his word, that it was Chanel, right? Taking the drop kick. Yeah, he would have taken him at his word. When he says 5 seconds, you mean 5 seconds because you are the referee for the game. What's he meant to think next time Sutton refs another Warriors game? Right? I can't believe a fucking word you say, because you say one thing and then you do another.
That's right. It's like, oh, you got 80 minutes to play, fellas, and then, oh, lol, jokes, it's only like 70 minutes, game over. Like,
yeah, and that it's those little moments that decide a game. I'm not saying that particular moment decided the game, but it kind of did.
I honestly, from my perspective, I actually don't think, as much as it was a pain in the ass and we lost by 2, yes, but I still feel like there was a lot of things that happened beyond that point that it didn't exactly cost us. I don't necessarily think, but it is.
Can we just check the sorry, just the betting market? It's just to double check there wasn't a whopper of a bet put on as a penalty goal Sharks to be a first scoring play, because unfortunately the NRL referees, or one in particular, has a penchant for a little bit of a dabble. It's just
username.
Dabble.
That's right. His username A Klein, ladies man 69.
Wow!
Too good. Where did we lose that game? It was a funny one. Daniel, we'll start with you, bro.
To be honest, like, statistically, they were a better team than us. Let's be really honest. And look, we've got a lot of reason. We've got a lot of reason to know that. I mean, we were missing several frontline forwards, in particular forwards as well. So yeah, I think where we lost it really was we lost the yardage battle. We didn't have, and without we talked about this a wee while ago, because our yardage has been so good, our kicking isn't as a priority. It's important, right? But our end of set kicking or yardage kicking, we weren't really needing to yardage kick most of the time when we've got our full pack back, where we're attacking kicks. We're kicking from at least the halfway of the fifth of the 40, so we were more attacking kick. We were kicking from our own 40 quite a lot as well, so we're losing that yardage battle. And let's put it into context. We did bloody well. Like, we actually had opportunities to jag that game. They made 3 tremendous plays that, hats off to the Sharks, really. Like, they made some plays that actually killed us off in the end, really. So, I think we just lacked a little bit of that go forward that we've been so accustomed to having as well. And then our game comes off the back of that too. We had hardly any real attacking sets, real proper attacking sets as well. So to be there right at the end, I thought we were gallant, and our defence kept us in it. Really, our defence was magnificent. So I wouldn't be too downbeat, Warriors fans. If anything, I was upbeat because the amount of good minutes, competitive minutes, our young fellas got as well, and not only just our young fellas who have just got a debuted or fringies, our kind of the Tanners. We talked about them like. Wow, just keep going to another level. I thought Dimitrik was awesome. Jakey was awesome. And those guys are now part of our squad. They had key roles as well. So, and the last point on this, right, we are a team that's affected by Origin now. We're just one of those teams. So, it was all good. Let's take it on the chin. But we came so close.
It was very philosophical and positive of you there. Isaac, a lot of the comments that have followed the game have centered around that long kicking game. And I noticed that Lukey Metcalf played the second game back in New South Wales Cup on the weekend, and he was drilling it long and pinning them back. And I was like, okay, something to just be aware of. The team has been named for this week already, which is a bit of a luxury for us on our podcast because normally we're the night earlier. But what are your thoughts on how to play that aspect of the game, and will we actually start to have a look at using Lukey moving forward?
With the kicking game suffering, I mean, as much as Tamara and Chanel have been playing great, I guess the conditions really dictated, and then the lack of frontline forwards, you're blooding in quite a lot of new players in that forward pack. And plus the wet weather conditions. I don't know what it is about the wet weather conditions. Even though it wasn't raining, but just dewy as hell. It kind of threw our game plan off. I tend to find that Tain Tuapiki in wet conditions can be nullified a bit because he runs the ball up, he runs it up hard. He can jack a step in and get in between defenders, but if he gets caught, he gets dragged back a hell of a lot. And I thought it was interesting when Chanel came on. Not Chanel, Chance came on. His go forward was really good. Like he was just direct with a little bit of a shift in getting in between players when he was on for Loffy. So I don't know, you wouldn't want to play like a horses for courses type sort of team lineup, but it's just interesting to note that, Chance does offer something different, and he looked really sharp. He looked really energetic too. What do you do? It's an embarrassment of riches for the team. Like we've got so many players to pick. But sorry, back to the point about Lukey Metcalf. Personally, if it was up to me, if you hard or nard me, I would play him. His kicking game, he's only a couple games in New South Wales Cup, but arguably he had a pretty good game last weekend. Chuck him in there. I mean, he was the man before. He could be the man now.
It's it's an interesting question. I actually, it's almost like when you watch even like a dry game at Go Media. It's sort of like someone's just like sprayed a whole bunch of dishwashing liquid around the field. It's like it's extra slippy. But now in terms of our issues. Long running issues. This is probably another leading into Lukey Metcalf kind of discussion, but our field goal woes they've continued, and we've been a little bit sort of slightly worried about it. Probably a bit more worried now that the game was slightly closer. But Daniel, what's your thoughts on where we're going wrong in that aspect?
Well, I don't know. Maybe first of all, we just don't have any notable field goal takers, right? Like they just don't have any pedigree, so to speak, of slotting that. So that's always, it doesn't fill you with a lot of confidence as well. I know they were trying to do that sort of play to catch them by surprise scenario, but it felt like Tamari was standing on the 35. So even if he did get a kick away, I don't think he would have had the distance to nail it as well, And if I go back to, different scenario, you go back last week, and I think the easiest field goal I ever saw was Adam Reynolds against the Titans. I mean, they were out on their feet, right? So it was like tackle 4, and he was standing on the 15-metre line. It was just a quick pass and a drop. So just that quick, that ability to get a good ball. I think Wade had to pass 15 metres, so that took its time to get there. And it just so happened to be Will Kennedy who, like I was like, surely he's knocked it on. He's done something. What's he done? But made a Superman play. So, yeah, I don't know. My thought was perhaps Pompey, like kind of have someone out stationed and you do that pass, you kind of fake them off as well. But, yeah, I'm concerned. Like, we don't have any notable kickers.
I'm a little bit interested because I think our best kicking option in that scenario would actually be Tane. I think he'd be the one to give it a crack. I noticed that he's not goal kicking as well. And old Pompey, come off the hour, he sort of shanked it. But Isaac, what's your thoughts on a little bit of a left field type of solution that I've come up with? In the NFL, they've got long snappers.
Yeah.
I.e. someone who's their entire job is just to send it straight back to the guy to, set up a drop kick. Bang, just straight out of dummy half, total ball it back. You don't necessarily have to do it like that, but maybe just someone with a really good straight line pass. What are your thoughts on us, having someone specialise? You could get a Pompey to just jump into dummy half and just, train them up. What do you think? Long snapper.
It's not a bad idea, It's not a bad idea. And it's probably one that the Warriors could really use, would probably find helpful if we don't have like your gun sort of droppy specialists. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Could you bring out Officer Tanu from retirement?
Yeah.
I mean, he had
the diving pass.
arguably the best pass in rugby.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Quite the spectacle, that pass.
Is Aaron Smith, is he still around? Is he retired? Or
Aaron
Nuggy?
Smith.
He could bring Nuggy back.
Yeah. But I think in the case of the Warriors and, with their skill set, maybe they do need to think of a trick play or just a different setup when it comes to the drop goal scenario. Because, like Buddha was right, against the Gold Coast, Adam Reynolds just, in the blink of an eye, he'd just slotted a drop goal. Like, he'd been doing it, well, he had been doing it his whole life, right?
Shelling peas.
Just shelling peas. But the Warriors, they haven't been shelling peas. They need to start shelling peas. And it starts at practice, right?
Need to buy some peas.
You need to buy some peas, use that money from the merchandise, buy some peas, start shelling them. Or otherwise they need to think of something like a different sort of setup, like pass, or maybe getting all the kickers in the vicinity so they can pick and choose who's going to take it. Because Tamai's slotted drop goals to win games in the past. We know that because he kicked off his career doing that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure Chanel's maybe slotted one in the past. Maybe? I think he has. But in Tane's
he was very Labour Day. Like, it just...
Yeah, it was just a Labour thing. But maybe the setup needs to change. You get all your kickers around the ball and put a little bit of doubt in the opposition. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you play Luke Metcalf and you just give him the ball because he wants to fucking send it anyway.
That's right. And he loves those. He loves those moments. He's a big moment player. Is there a scenario where we could have challenged the play by Will Kennedy? The charge down, like if we'd held him down and got penalised or something like that. If we'd stopped the play like that and then just gone and challenged that, could we have done that?
If there was an infringement called, yes, but we didn't hold him down in the play. I think that's vaguely. Did someone say that? Yeah, because we actually won the challenge, but
got nothing out of
the result.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You win, like moral victory. Yeah, great.
The shittest victory of them all. I've just been wondering.
And we were very, just on that point, we were very poor with our short dropouts. Very poor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's two schools of thought, hey, like short dropout, try get it back, but back your D. And to be fair, they backed their D. They didn't let them in as well. You back your D. And also the fact that you're not kicking out to the 50 and then you have to run up and come back and forward. At least you can tackle and sit on your line. So not everyone loves that though. there's a lot of Warriors fans that go, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kick it downtown, force an error. But yeah, I mean, even just trying a couple of bloody torpedoes along the ground, just fucking smack it. Like, I actually saw Metcalf did one of those in New South Wales Cup. He drilled it low, and we ended up getting the ball out of him. And I know Nathan's
why we don't.
done some of
We
those.
should do that more, eh?
Yeah, I agree.
Do they practice it? You know, because we know that
Shelling
the likes
peas.
of your, shelling peas, the likes of your Clearys of the world, they would be practicing that sort of kick. They'd be practicing any sort of kick they can see,
Yep.
you know, from opposition players, and it works. They'll add it into their repertoire, you know. And are our players doing that? It's not the be all and end all, but hey, look, you know, add to your skill set.
I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, just giving it a crack. Even, honestly, I honestly have thought that if you're going to do a dropout, just punt it or, you know, or drop kick it low and hard, straight at the guy standing in front of the posts. Try and pick it off him. Like, what's he going to do? Like,
Drill him.
yeah, just fucking send it. Just waterboy him. But,
Oh, what's that movie? The Longest Yard with that guy Brucey?
yes.
And he's just a terrible kicker, and they get the ball back. Yeah, just send out a Brucey.
Yeah,
Like-
that's it.
I don't know, get one of the props to do a drop out and just shank it, but it goes 10 meters, and then we get the ball back. Yeah,
I
Brucey.
remember the Cleary one though was horrible. It was a horrible corkscrewing thing, eh?
Yeah.
And like whoever got it just kind of coughed it up big time. Like there was no chance, eh? Really, it was
Yeah.
that low, fast spinning
Yep.
at their feet.
And it just like kind of just deviated to just go out over the touchline. It was like just out. It was like you couldn't plan it because if you did, it was inside the 10. And then by the time it got to the hands, it was already out. And it was like, oh, that was just that was unstoppable. But I just like the thought anyway. Innovation. That's all we're about here.
Innovation.
Anonymous. What do we got? What do we think of the debut of Makaya Tafua? We'll go with you, Isaac.
It's good. Yeah, it looks like a talented player. He didn't look overawed by the situation. He just played his game, right? So, yeah, how many minutes did he end up getting in the end? He got a good spell.
Got a good chunk, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
So, but it's nice to have again like depth in the club. I mean, yeah, it was a loss, but we had so many players coming through that showed that you know they belong or they've got something there. So it's just really promising to have players like that coming through, and yeah, he looks like he fits the bill.
Yeah, very sort of comfortable type of debut for him. He just he did his thing. Wasn't necessarily great conditions, but he's actually he's a good little player in those kind of scenarios as well. So, looking ahead to the Cowboys, if we're happy to start looking forward, team's been named. It's effectively the same sort of squad that we had last week, except swapping Chans on the left wing for Loffy. The Origin boys, Capes and Mbani, have been named on the extended bench, which I noticed that all of the teams affected by the Origin game, they've all named their players in either the starting positions or on the bench, extended reserves, etc. Daniel, do you think they actually get to take the field, Capes and Barney?
It all depends on Wednesday. I would say Barney will. I just think he's only going to have I reckon he might have a 20-minute, 30-minute impact in Origin. I think when you've got Payne Haas and you've got AFB as well, I think they're big minutes front rowers as well. So that's actually a bit of a blessing in disguise for Warriors fans with Fish out on the settle round 19. So, and also, to be fair, Barney's underdone, really, I think, from just football in general. So his load won't be super high. So I'd be backing him at least to be coming off the bench at a minimum, and depending on how he goes on Wednesday. And it's Wednesday to Sunday, you know, like he's got a bit of time to recover. Kate White, I'm not sure. And the reason I won't be sure is because he's an 80-minute back rower. Got through a ton of work in the first Origin. He's played a ton of games already as well. So actually, and there's not really much point to rush him back. You know, Jakey and Marata, Eddie, even Jacko to the edge. So yeah, I definitely think Barney would be back.
Cool. Isaac, the game obviously is in Christchurch. It's going to be a huge occasion. Barring anything going wrong, the elements will be taken out of the equation. Should be nice and dry on foot, etc., etc. No wind. What do we need to do? What do the Warriors need to do to take down the Cowboys?
They're not a bad team, the Cowboys. I mean, they have got some talent, particularly their forward pack is serviceable, even though with the great, JT Tamalolo on the back end of his career, he's still contributing. But they've got good players across the park, and they've got some gun speedsters in Chester and Purdue. They'll be threatening, particularly because, as well as our centres have been playing, they're not speedsters in their own right, and it'll be interesting to see if they might sense an opportunity one-on-one to try to give these guys, the Cowboys, give their guys some space against our centres and see what they've got on defense. So I'd be really careful on that. I mean, obviously, up front is where it's won. But yeah, I think the Cowboys, they do play a pretty expansive type of game as well. So we're just going to have to really watch that, and the back line, especially with a couple of changes, and just their personnel that they've got and their talents. I'd be pretty nervous because I've watched a few of the Cowboys games and I actually quite like watching them. I think they play a pretty good brand of footy.
Yeah, guys like that. Last game I saw with them, I remember Tom Chester absolutely ripping up, and a guy like him sort of worries me going up against a left edge of a leg speed of Pompey and Chance. No disrespect, but
sorry, one more person as well. Drinkwater. He's an enigma, right? And he can turn it on at the drop of a dime. And those sorts of players tend to catch the Warriors out. So we're going to have to be really careful, particularly with him, because he'll pull the strings to give Chester and Purdue space.
The thing about Drinkwater that I've always liked is that, when you play a game of, say rugby or league or whatever, even NFL, often when you control the one man, you can make them a little bit quicker than everyone else. That's what Drinkwater's like. Whenever I see him, he looks like he's just got that little bit extra. He's not, he's not a burner with speed and that, but he just looks to play faster than his opposition, and even some of his teammates. But Daniel, they do have plenty of strike across the field. The Cowboys. What are we thinking? We're just going to go and just bludgeon them so that they don't have any attacking flair left in their souls.
Pretty much. I mean, that's the blueprint for this Warriors team, right? We know that. I mean, we probably got a period when we destroyed the Broncos. We had a spell of games where AKP was kind of finding his mark, right, as well, and we had that ability to skin players out wide as well. That came off the back of just dominant, middle forward play as well. So we've lost a little bit of that speed, even that Roger creativity as well. So I think we just get back to what we're best at, and that's that ground and pound middle game. I actually, given we're a little light in the middle, and this is something that was talking about, actually bringing Chance in isn't necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, we're concerned defensively out wide, but actually those yardage carries, like Dallin was doing what Dallin does, right? Like, man, he was throwing himself into that line, but the Sharks were equal to that as well. AKP obviously got owned against the Cork as well. I think it was Sifa Talakai caught him well, and to his credit, he's been getting that tough stuff. But I feel like we were losing a little bit of that yardage. So hence when Chance got back into the game, he actually led the way there. So actually that's partly where we're gonna focus, I think, and just get back to that part, right? I think that's our game. It's our best version of our game, especially when we're a little bit down on troops and combinations. Just tuck it under and go for it. Game
picks time, boys. So we'll have to do it live because I haven't managed to ask you guys in advance. Monira is not here, and he's going to be picking the Cowboys. Unlucky. Unlucky.
Yeah.
I'm going to be picking the Warriors. Isaac, who are you picking in your game pick?
Was by 16.
Here we go. Tell you what, bro. Warrior Nation doing a hikoi as well from Fat Eddie's beforehand. And that's, I believe it's tied in with Warrior Nation and the Warriors as well. I also know that the Levels boys, Scope and Willie Mason will be there as well. So they're going to be in there amongst it. So, go say hey, bro. And, we'll look for some, I reckon it could be some chaotic sort of scenes in a good way, in a big event sort of game like that. So I'm excited for you. And yeah, hopefully we can back it up with a result. That would be nice. Anything else before we jump out, lads? Any last questions or points? Or
Just one thing I want to say to the fan bases: it's okay. This is okay. It's origin period, injuries. Let's get our guys ready for the back end of the season, right? We don't need to win every week, right? Like, yes, we're up there with the good work we've done at the start of the season, puts us in this position. Getting the young fellas to get extra time in, we're sharing the load in the squad. Fish is coming back 19th, round 19. Like, get players back as well. We really, and look, Warriors fans, I know we've got that PTSD from 15 games out. If we win every game, we're going to make the top 8. Like, nothing's certain. We're a good showing to make the 8, and we're a good enough team to be in the 8, a good enough team to be in the 4. But let's be honest, when we've kind of last few years we've just inched to that period, right? We just got there, and we hadn't been able to do anything in the back end. Getting everyone right, fit, healthy, managing loads as well. So long as it's, we can get them to the back end of the season. If we can stay within 4, 5 or 6, no one will want to play us. So we're building.
Counter to that, fuck that. It is panic stations. We are fucking sinking. We needed to take some drastic measures and fucking change shit around. Because I'm sweating on it. We got injuries. We got origin players. Like, let's not have the Warriors curse of, things just turning around with injuries and shit like that. I'm kidding, but yeah.
Isaac's out there on the deck of the Titanic looking around going, how many boats have we got?
And the captain will go down with the ship. Down with the ship.
That was a great little segment. I don't know what that was, but we should do it again.
Any given Sunday?
Willie beat it.
Yeah. Go to the Buick. Ringing the dinner bell. Your mama's ringing the dinner bell. Go to the Buick.
Oh, man, that's the perfect note for us to end this episode. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next week, up the wires. Go the Warriors!
Go Christchurch.
La cucaracha, ya no puede caminar.